It's Randy and Rachel on 99.5 The River, and we have a very special guest with us today. You may have heard of him, Sabastian Maniscalco.
Woo! Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you so much for joining us. So you're coming to the Times Union Center on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they asked me, where do you want to spend New Year's Eve? I said, you book me in Albany, New York.
It is a fun time, but, there's a ball drop a couple hours away.
Yeah. No, listen, I've always loved performing in Albany, and I'm doing this kind of 5-city run in New York City area, and Albany is the last stop on New Year's Eve. So we're really amped up. I'm going to have my family with me, and really can't wait till the end of the year here.
That sounds like a lot of fun. You got to tell us about what it was like growing up in your family.
Yeah, I come from an immigrant father, and I think that's what people are kind of resonating with my stand-up. I talk about my father and kind of the way I grew up. And, I mean, I'll be with him for Thanksgiving. I just called him yesterday, and he's like, you're coming home for Thanksgiving. I'm making mussels and octopus. And I'm
my
like,
goodness. What? Italian Thanksgiving.
Yeah, if you took a picture of the table on Thanksgiving at my father's house, there is nothing familiar with Thanksgiving at all. I mean, no yams, no beets, no turkey. It's an Italian Thanksgiving through and through, and can't wait to spend it with them.
That sounds interesting and fun at the same time.
Oh, yeah, especially, if the Chicago Bears are on, which they are this Thanksgiving. My father and I are huge Bears fans. And my father gets so upset. My father likes to, have socks rolled up next to him to throw at the TV when the Bears are playing. So that's kind of how he gets his anger out.
Now, you have a movie coming out about your dad.
Yeah, so I co-wrote a movie. It's called About My Father. It's a comedy love story about a father and a son. And Robert De Niro is playing my dad, which is into itself
awesome.
Mind-blowing. I mean, I never would have thought ever that De Niro would be playing my father in a movie. And my father came down to the movie set because De Niro wanted him as a consultant, and he was picking his brain about how you cut hair, how you do highlights. So my dad is teaching De Niro how to do highlights, and my dad, of course, is asking me how much he's getting paid for this. I go, are you kidding me? I mean, my dad's looking for like a salary because he's losing out on clients back home to do this. And I had to get my agent to negotiate my father's deal. So
did you ask your dad who he wanted to play him in your movie?
No. He didn't even believe it when I told him that De Niro was playing him. And he's like, yeah, right. Next thing you know, he's on set doing a blowout with De Niro. And I was like, this is surreal. I can't believe the guy who played Sam Rothstein in Casino is playing my father in this movie. So it's really funny, and it's got some heart to it, which I think people will enjoy, and it's hysterical.
We're talking to Sabastian Maniscalco. I got to tell you, I'm a little scared if your dad is being played by Robert De Niro. That would have been kind of a scary childhood, I got to say. Yeah, well, my dad was, he's got a big personality. He's a big character, and but he's also tough. He was tough on me growing up, and still is. Even to this day, he's coming to my shows. He's taking notes on a legal pad and coming back in the dressing room like it's Little League, telling me what to do on stage. I go, Dad, would you just watch the show and have fun? But he's analyzing it. He's like, that's not funny. This is funnier. You should do more of this. I'm like, you just sit down and relax. I got this.
You know what? My parents couldn't even tell you what radio station I'm on, so be proud of that. So your show is going to be here on New Year's Eve in December, Times Union Center. Do you have anything big and special planned?
Listen, I'm 48 years old. I got 2 kids. It's not like I'm partying into the wee hours of the night. So I'll probably do the show and be in bed before the ball drops. But
will you at least have fireworks at the show or something?
Oh, yeah. No, we're going to have a big pyrotechnic package. No, I don't know exactly what we're going to do the night of the
sweeping
show.
up for weeks.
Have your own countdown.
There'll be some surprises. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun night. I generally don't perform on New Year's Eve, but this year, after coming out of the pandemic, I figured let's do something different, and really looking forward to coming to Albany.
Well, we got to tell you, Sebastian, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing you, so it's going to be a good time.
Well, I can't wait either, especially coming out of the pandemic. We had taken 15 months off. I got a lot to talk about, a lot of new material, and I'm sure people will enjoy it.
You might appreciate this. My dad's latest thing is catching and releasing squirrels because he thinks they're destroying the trees in the backyard.
There's always a problem in parents' backyard when it comes to rodents. My father's new one is you got woodpeckers at his house. So now he's trying to get rid of woodpeckers. So it keeps him busy in his old age.
Exactly. Like, what's next? The bunnies? Come on, Dad.
When he's not making squid for Thanksgiving. Sebastian Maniscalco coming to the Times Union Center on December 31st. It's going to be awesome. We sure appreciate your time. We know you're on a tight schedule here, but a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you New Year's Eve.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in Albany December 31st.